Have you ever wondered about the difference between AI and machine learning? You've probably heard about both of these technologies and how they're changing the world around us. But do you really understand what they are and how they work? Well, today, we are going to take a deep dive into both AI and machine learning to help you better understand the difference between them. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about AI or artificial intelligence. Put simply, AI is the broad field of creating smart machines that can perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence. This can include things like understanding natural language, recognizing patterns, making decisions, and solving problems. AI has a wide range of applications, from self-driving cars to virtual assistants like Siri or Alexa. The goal of AI is to create machines that can think and act like humans, making decisions and solving problems in a way that mimics the human brain. Now let's move on to machine learning, which is a subset of AI. Machine learning is the practice of training machines to learn from data without being explicitly programmed to do so. In other words, it says the ability of a machine to learn and improve its performance on a specific task over time. For example, if you're trying to build a machine that can recognize faces, you could program it to look for certain features like the distance between the eyes or the shape of the nose. But that would only work if every face looked the same, and obviously they don't. Instead, you can use machine learning algorithms to train the machine to recognize faces by showing it thousands of pictures of faces and letting it find its own patterns and features. This allows the machine to learn from the data and improve its accuracy over time. So what's the difference between AI and machine learning? Well, to continue with our face recognition example, the overall goal of creating a machine that can recognize faces is an example of AI. This is because the goal is to create a smart machine that can perform a task that would typically require human intelligence, namely recognizing faces. Machine learning, on the other hand, is the process of training the machine to do this. It's the method by which the machine learns from the data and improves its accuracy over time. So in short, AI is the goal, and machine learning is the means to achieve that goal. It's also important to note that machine learning is not the only way to achieve AI. There are other approaches to creating smart machines, such as using expert systems, which are based on the idea of capturing human knowledge and using it to make decisions. However, machine learning is one of the most popular and promising approaches to AI today. Hopefully this helps you better understand the difference between AI and machine learning. But there's still a lot more to know about both of these technologies. Let's dive deeper into each one. Let's start with AI. As we mentioned earlier, AI is the broad field of creating smart machines. There are many different approaches to AI, but they all share the common goal of creating machines that can perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence. One of the earliest and most popular approaches to AI is the symbolic approach. This approach involves creating systems that manipulate symbols according to a set of rules. For example, a system might be programmed with the rules of grammar to understand and generate human language. However, this approach has limitations since it requires explicit programming for every possible scenario, and it struggles with tasks that require common sense or creativity. Another approach to AI is the connectionist approach, which is based on the structure and function of the human brain. Connectionist systems, also known as neural networks, consist of interconnected nodes, or neurons, that process and transmit information. These networks can learn from data and improve their performance over time. However, they are often difficult to interpret since the decision-making process is distributed across the network and not tied to specific rules or features. More recently, there has been a lot of interest in a new approach to AI called deep learning. Deep learning is a type of machine learning that uses deep neural networks with multiple layers to extract features and patterns from data. This allows machines to learn complex representations of data and improve their performance on tasks like image recognition and natural language processing. Moving on to machine learning, this is another exciting and rapidly developing field. At its core, machine learning is about creating algorithms that allow machines to learn from data and improve their performance on a specific task. There are many different types of machine learning algorithms, but they all share the common goal of making predictions or decisions based on data without being explicitly programmed to do so. One of the most common types of machine learning is supervised learning. Supervised learning algorithms are trained on labeled data, which means that each data point has a corresponding label or target value. For example, if you're trying to build a machine that can recognize faces, you could train a supervised learning algorithm on a data set of images that have been labeled as either a cat or a dog. The algorithm would then learn to map the features of the images to the labels and be able to predict whether a new image was a cat or a dog. Another type of machine learning is unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning algorithms are trained on unlabeled data, which means that each data point does not have a corresponding label or target value. For example, if you wanted to group a set of customers based on their purchasing behavior, you could train an unsupervised learning algorithm on a data set of customer transactions. The algorithm would then look for patterns and relationships in the data and group the customers accordingly. There is also a newer type of machine learning called reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning algorithms learn by interacting with an environment and receiving feedback in the form of rewards or penalties. For example, if you're trying to teach a machine to play chess, you could create an environment where the machine can play against itself. The machine would receive a reward for winning a game and a penalty for losing. Over time, the machine would learn the optimal strategy for playing chess and maximize its rewards. And finally, let's talk about some of the real-world applications of AI and machine learning. As we mentioned earlier, AI has a wide range of potential applications, from self-driving cars to virtual assistants. Machine learning, on the other hand, is already being used in a variety of applications such as image recognition, natural language processing, recommendation systems, and fraud detection. One of the most exciting applications of AI and machine learning is in the field of healthcare. AI-powered systems are being developed to assist doctors in diagnosing diseases, developing new treatments, and improving patient care. For example, a recent study found that a machine learning algorithm could accurately detect skin cancer from images taken by a smartphone camera. This could potentially revolutionize the early detection of skin cancer, which is the most common form of cancer in the United States. Another exciting application of AI and machine learning is in the field of finance. AI-powered systems are being developed to detect fraud, optimize investment strategies, and provide personalized financial advice. For example, a recent study found that a machine learning algorithm could accurately detect fraudulent credit card transactions in real time. This could help financial institutions save billions of dollars each year that are currently lost to fraud. And finally, AI and machine learning are also being used to improve the experience for customers. AI-powered chatbots are being used to provide customer support, personalize recommendations, and streamline the shopping experience. For example, a recent study found that customers who interacted with an AI-powered chatbot were more satisfied with their experience than those who interacted with a human customer service representative. As you can see, AI and machine learning have a wide range of applications, and they're constantly evolving and improving. Hopefully, this gives you a better understanding of the different ways that AI and machine learning are being used to change the world around us. The future of AI and machine learning is truly exciting. With advances in computing power and the availability of massive amounts of data, researchers are making incredible progress in developing new and innovative applications. As these technologies continue to evolve, we can expect to see even more amazing things in the years to come. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.